think we're good to transition. Oh, transition here. Yeah, studio mode. There we go.
My least favorite pinball video game is Mario Pinball Land. That game's horrible.
Okay, but it's not though. It is way too hard, but it is interesting.
It's interesting, but it sucks.
I guess it kind of sucks.
I got it
it's
as a
just
kid.
so cool, you know. I just wish it was
cool
cooler
concept,
than it was.
And I thought it was so cool. I bought it like when it came out as a kid, and then I played it, and it sucked. I was so disappointed.
That was definitely the era of like Nintendo doing spin-off game properties.
Someone is playing Squished, by the way. We're just gonna deal with that. Okay, and we're off. I should say go.
All right. I think because we're playing Alien Crush Returns, the biggest question on all of our minds, who is your alien crush?
Oh, the Xenomorph. Easy.
Oh man. Hold on. Let me see if we can get some stream audio here.
Look, we have to start the stream off right.
Absolutely.
The race has started.
All right.
So Xenomorph's a good choice because not only you get two mouths.
Yeah.
All right. So.
Alien Crush Returns.
Alien Crush Returns.
Who knew that this game actually returned?
I did not know till I read. I was looking for pinball games. I wanted to do a pinball game this week because one needed to be done at some point. It's a high score tournament. Pinball needs to happen. So it's hard to find a pinball game that isn't, because there aren't that many. There actually aren't that many pinball video games. There are like the big ones that you like still have to pay for that are just more like engines that like have a bunch of different things. But I found Hardcore Gaming 101 article about Alien Crush and Devil's Crush, which I tested initially. I do like Devil's Crush a lot.
Classics.
Yeah. But because they're classics, I didn't want to do them in this because I want these to be blind mostly. And so I found out that this came back on the WiiWare, and I thought probably nobody played this. I was like big into WiiWare when it was like perfect. I was the right age to be browsing the eShop all the time, and I don't remember this. And so I remember most of the stuff on the eShop and not this, so I figured probably nobody played it.
Yeah, I was the right age to be browsing the eShop and then not buying anything because my parents wouldn't pay for any.
Yeah, that is somewhat
games.
True. I was able to get some gift cards sometimes, and I got Chu Man Fu, and some other great games. But yeah, so this game, first of all, I love the aesthetic. The aesthetic is very Wii. Even just the font numbers, I think, is very Wii-esque. I don't know why. Just like the font that they use. I like that the numbers pop up when you get scores. That's pretty rare for pinball games. It's almost like you're doing damage, which I think is cool.
And there's so many zeros, it's really satisfying.
Yes. In order to do this, so because just to make someone play the same pinball board for 2 hours, I thought was a little slow. But we might not go anywhere. So they're actually going to get the best score they can on all 3 boards that you have when you start the game out. There are actually 5 boards in the game, but 2 of them are boss boards that you do in the story mode, which does exist.
Story mode?
Yeah.
What is the story of this game?
Another extra ball? Why is everything
What the story is...
I mean, I guess
we
you're
have
probably crushing
commentary on
aliens,
Jack
but
is in.
like...
Let me switch
What just
streams.
happened here?
Oh,
There we go.
Oh, Jackazam's like in a breakout pinball mode.
Yeah, so each of these has a mission that you can go to. This is the mission for Pinball 1. They all look almost exactly the same, but you're killing different sorts of enemies that react differently. I wasn't able to ever, like, fully complete this mode, but I think you can. And then good things happen.
Points, probably.
Yeah, big points.
Gets a good point.
Which
Gets
I
a good
will.
point.
We're gonna need to see some big points because pinball is where big points comes from. So, and I couldn't do Metroid Prime pinball because
Everyone played it.
yeah, like 3 of us played it. it
Nobody's
wasn't
gone to
even
that
on
game.
stream. But we'll say
A lot of
everybody
people played it. That was a big race.
Was it? I
Oh,
thought it was
like
only like
8
4 or
people
5
something.
people. Oh, okay.
That was like 8.
Yeah,
A lot of
'cause
people
we're-
forfeited very quickly, but
Yeah, we're already in like the 5 million range for points. So
Yeah, the points are
Yeah.
going to be high. Right now we have Spritz on the top of the leaderboard, but it's not really... What they're going to do is add up their scores on all 3 tables, and that'll be the points. Whether or not someone wants to continue to do the same table more than once in a row, or you want to just play at least all 3 of them once and then go back, that's going to be a debated thing. But I think Jackazam's doing a really good job. Someone has a similar score. Muware a little bit less, but started a little later. So this first one... Oh, there's also... This is what I was going to say. I could tell that I was forgetting to say something. There are, like, powers in this game that you unlock through the story mode. You only have one initially, and it's in the top left, and it has a little cooldown bar. Do you see that little blue circle there?
yes.
And that makes your ball shoot downwards.
Downwards?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So it can be useful if it's just like you want it to come down quick, or it's going off into some area you don't want it to. That's what they have access to. There is more in this game. I think that this is a good compromise, so it still feels like pinball. There's also tilt controls, but you have to actually like shake the Wiimote, which I was trying to get it working well in Dolphin, and I just like couldn't make it happen consistently.
Yeah.
No matter
yeah,
how
I was
set
wondering
it.
if I was wondering if there's going to be some tilt mechanics.
That's all it is to tilt, which isn't the most necessary thing to do in pinball. It can be useful sometimes, but everyone's on an even playing field. They're just going to have to deal without it. Just because I couldn't get it going well. But I think the game still is mostly playable, so it works out in this context.
So it seems like
Jackazam has almost killed everything.
It seems like they're spawning much more slowly.
Yeah.
Is there a finite number? Or is
I
it
believe
like...
there is. It's like a mission that you can complete.
Oh, see, I thought it was just like they would constantly respawn and you had to have them all be dead at the same time. But that does not seem to actually be the case.
Ooh, boss! Oh, right, and then loses it immediately. That's sad.
Oh,
I wanted to know what happened when you killed the big boss.
Well, she still managed to extract several million points from that minigame, so I would
did
call that a success.
Yeah, absolutely. And I did not tell them much in the pay spin because it's pinball, and I figured they could figure it out. It's
Dublin's
pinball.
also in some kind of crazy looking section.
Yes.
I think this is a different board.
Yeah, so this is board 2.
Oh, okay.
And they
Someone
all
got
started on
bored.
board 1 here. Someone got 500k, or I mean 5 million, and just decided, well, let's do one round of board 2. The sort of side sections look really similar on all 3 boards. The type of aliens you're facing is the only thing that changes, really.
Yeah, so someone's got like an upstairs and a downstairs. So this is like Downton Abbey right now, but in alien mode.
Yeah, exactly.
I would definitely agree, you know. I don't even think I need to qualify. This basically is just a video game adaptation.
Yeah, this is just Downton Abbey, the video game.
Yeah, it got weird in the final seasons. Don't worry about it.
I will say that board 2 is my least favorite for sure. Just because I found it hard to get up to the top part. I thought it was a pain. I like board 3 and 1 better, but it seemed kind of silly to say, okay, do 2 boards out of the 3 that exist. We should just do all 3. The multi-ball that Jackazam has is kind of interesting because if you lose your main ball, you still lose. It's like your main ball is still more important, even though it's a multi-ball. Unlike in a lot of pinball games where you just have multiple balls and as long as you have one, you're still good. That's not the case here.
So contextually, where are we? Like, are we inside the alien? Is the alien world just made of flesh?
Well, here's the thing about that. the digital manuals that came with WiiWare games don't seem to have been very well preserved online. I was unable to find.
All just stuck. Okay, the other
Yeah.
multi-ball freed it.
Looks like it was. Yeah, so even though Jackazam had 2 balls, she lost her main one and still died, which was unfortunate. We're looking at 10 million, though, which is pretty nice.
That's a lot of points.
That's a lot. That's big points. Let's see some big points here. Where is that? Here it is. It's in my points folder.
Everyone needs a points folder.
If the manual comes inside the WAD, I couldn't figure it out. Maybe, I guess I didn't even really think about that as a possibility. That makes a lot of sense,
I
though.
think you can boot to the Wii home screen in Dolphin if you have like the BIOS.
So
I don't know exactly how it works.
In this game, in board 2, okay, someone's doing board 3 right now. But in board 2, you can like get covered in sludge, and it makes it so it's hard to hit the ball. You have to like hit it a whole bunch to uncover yourself in sludge. Yeah, you could play it on your Wii. Oh, you mean like to get the manual? Yeah, I guess you could. But also, if someone actually wants to play this on original hardware, since Wii's are so easy to mod, fine with me. You get to use the tilt for taking the time to put in the effort to get it onto your Wii. So I doubt anyone already had this on there.
So I feel like Jackazam's been on board 1 for a while, and I don't think she has lost a few balls, but she still has 2. Is there like a you unlock additional balls mechanic?
Yeah, well, there's an extra ball score that you can just get, but there are probably other
Okay.
things that can make them happen. What Jackazam hasn't done is return to the mission. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Okay, now someone is on the mission of board 3, which has these little guys that take many hits. Also just got an extra ball. Looks like 2 million.
Just saw that, yeah. It essentially looks like the exact same thing that the other mission was, but just with different enemies.
Yeah, that's pretty much all of it. Although I'm sure the boss is different. I never actually made it far enough to see the boss like Jackazam did. But yeah, there's some sort of special boss board that's in the story mode. I didn't play the story mode, but I read the article that I found that was talking about this game. Ooh, someone is really cutting it close here. These ones are annoying because it'll get stuck on the edge.
Yeah, with the respawning. Well, so WiiWare is really interesting as far as like a collection of games. There are a lot of these sort of like retro revival titles that came out on the WiiWare. I mean, obvious ones would be like Mega Man 9 and 10 and stuff, but
Yeah.
there's all those Konami games like Contra Rebirth and
There's
all that
Castlevania one,
stuff.
right?
yeah, it's Castlevania The Adventure. It was a remake of one of the Game Boy exclusive Castlevanias.
Yeah. So part of that, I think, is because Nintendo was very choosy about the indie companies that they worked with at the time. And like Reggie there's like a bunch of interviews from him saying like they don't like to work with garage developers and stuff like that in that era. And so most of these like indie game downloadable only titles were made by major companies, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if they still did that sometimes, because I think I would still play a lot of stuff like this. But doesn't seem to happen though.
Oh yes, Final Fantasy IV the After. Well, that was a port of a mobile game, so that
Oh, was it? I thought that was WiiWare.
the After Years,
original.
yeah. No, it was
Interesting.
originally a mobile game that was released in episodes.
There was also some good stuff that used the Wii's, you know, like the Wii controls. There was one called The Art of Balance that's really fun, where you have to balance things. Of course, World of Goo, which I feel like everybody had. I definitely did. Jelly Car was on there.
How could you forget the instant classic Bobby Carrot?
Forever.
Bobby Carrot Forever.
Or
Another-
that Three Musketeers game we played.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the Three Musketeers game. That one was like legitimately very bad. That was not a very good
I had
game.
so much fun with that. That was a
Yeah,
great
it was
game.
okay. The game itself I would not recommend, but it was a fun race.
Why did we race that again? It was made by like a company that made something else, right?
No, I think we were just looking through WiiWare games, and that was when you found Bobby Carrot, and then I was like, look at this Three Musketeers game, or one of us said that, and it was just so weird that there was a Three Musketeers game, so we raced it.
Ew, what did they make?
It might have been someone who made something else. But yeah, WiiWare is kind of a fun... that's where the Bit Trip games came from. Those have had staying power. MooWare, this is board 3. Board 3 is interesting because there's this snake guy going through, and you have to destroy each of his segments to get a bonus. But yeah, I'm a big fan of WiiWare and what it can do, what it brought. There's not a whole lot of it though.
There was
Fluidity?
Frogger Returns.
Ooh, Frogger Returns, huh?
Yeah, retro revival Frogger.
A lot of games just returning.
There really were. It was like actually
Yeah.
kind of impressive how many games returned. I mean, like I said, obviously the most famous one's probably Mega Man 9 and 10, but
Yeah, there's a great, I mean, yeah, which, it's cool to see some of these retro revivals from this era, I mean. You know, we never got a Burger Time Extreme Burger Time Returns, unfortunately.
she's not, no.
Um,
Oh, and there's also the Adventure Island game. On
oh,
WiiWare.
yeah, the 3D one.
That one looks really ugly, but looks really fun.
Yeah, it's
I
super
still need to
ugly.
convince people to race it.
Yes, the answer
yes.
to that, Exuno, is yes. Jackazam, so it looks like this mission
Pinball
starts
Wizard.
over. It at least starts over on a new ball, because this isn't the same ball that Jackazam was here last time. I'm gonna
Yeah,
do
it
the-
seems like this mission is a ton of points.
Yes, well, and I want to see the boss. I want to see this boss get...
I'm gonna assume the boss is gonna get there's gonna be a lot of points on the boss.
If you kill the boss, yes. But who knows what
Implied.
mechanics this boss
Yeah.
is going to have.
I've got to step away for just a sec. I'll be right back.
Gotta say, I don't think I've ever been particularly impressed with a boss fight in a pinball game, ever.
I can't really say that I've ever done one, so. Or wait, I guess I've played
Island?
Yoku Island Express, which is pinball.
I have heard of that game. I might own that game, so I might be playing it in Steam Tournament.
It's a good game. It's
I
like
do indeed own that game.
it's a weird pinball Metroidvania
Oh,
esque. There weren't any bosses in Crew Ball, Exuno. Not that I found. But we've got
no,
these...
Jackson fails
Oh,
the mission.
Dang.
Yeah, Metroid Prime Pinball, that's a legendary game around these parts.
Best part about that game is that you can't save, so you got to do it on the all the attempts you get.
What game?
Metroid Prime Pinball.
Oh, I guess I didn't even think about saving because we raced it.
If you because if you game over, you have to start over from the beginning.
Yeah.
Dangerous
Yes,
game.
Mario Pinball Land does have boss fights, and they are terrible.
Are they like the basic ones that like people know, or is it based off of the bosses from Mario? Oh, what? Super Mario Land.
No, there's like PD Piranha, and there's a big fish, and obviously Bowser, and like Big Boo. Standard stuff.
All right, I was just wondering if it was like the golden coin version of Super Mario Land.
Or original Super Mario Land, you fight against a Tatanga.
That's right. Or
That's the Mario character that everyone loves.
Or the Sphinx.
Yeah, but the Sphinx doesn't have a name. Alright, Jackson has game over.
Isn't the Sphinx's name just the Sphinx?
Maybe it is, I don't know. But the
It's like
final boss
every-
of Super Mario Land is Tatanga, who is just some dude in a plane or something. And he shows up again in Mario Land 2 as the boss of the moon area. The Star Song area.
It's been a while since I've played both Mario. Well, I played the first Mario Land recently because of Reject Tournament.
Yes.
I didn't play the game for the race, but I tested the goal to see why it was submitted.
And you test it, and you still don't know why it was submitted.
I still don't.
And Super Mario Land 1 sucks. That is a bad game.
It's a very weird game. I don't think it sucks.
I mean,
It's
it
not
has
good.
probably the worst physics engine of any 2D platformer ever. I'm not gonna say ever. That's too much of an exaggeration. But God knows what they were thinking with that physics engine. Like
Oh, I didn't
every
even realize.
jump and run feels so bad.
I didn't realize that Jackazam finished her playthrough on the first board
Yes.
with a 23 million points score.
That is correct. So who's your sleeper pick for Smash Bros?
Sleeper
Personally,
pick.
I think Master Higgins from Adventure Island would be a great character for Smash Bros.
I'm gonna pull for Glover, so we can have a fun little, some hand-to-hand combat. You know?
Glover versus Master Hand.
Yeah. What a reveal that would be.
Maybe Master Hand is Glover. Like, has it ever been deconfirmed? Or what's the opposite of confirmed? Like, proven false. Confirmed to be false.
I mean, wouldn't saying it was confirmed to be false?
That's like, it's gotta be just a word that means that, right? Like, defirmed or something.
We could go with Mythbuster logic and just say busted.
Oh, it's a good one.
Yeah. Other sleeper picks.
Uh, Alright, here's my sleeper pick. Shrambles.
Oh no, me. I'm already in Smash. I'm a me.
Hello, I am back. Are we doing sleeper picks for people in Smash?
Yes.
Because we could. I could list so many.
I mean,
Lolo's
we
a
have
good pick.
Lolo is
Yeah, Lolo was in the,
Lolo
in
doesn't
the
really have a
puzzle hunt.
moveset, though. Then again,
They created
they're just
one.
like ice climbers, like...
I mean, Sonic literally has the same move for all of his buttons. So,
Go fast.
ball. I mean, like, what would be a obscure Nintendo title?
Oh, it has to be Nintendo.
It doesn't have to be Nintendo, but like,
Yeah, that rule's long gone.
Yeah, I'd love to see
Like-
Glover.
that's what I said. That's what I said
Is
already.
it? Yeah, I'd love to see.
Yeah.
Oh, Love to see Glover. And of course, Mr. Tip, who's also a character from Glover, who's a hat who gives you tips.
I vote Bugs Bunny.
Oh, Bugs Bunny.
Bugs
yeah,
Bunny,
gotta
yeah.
get Bugs Bunny in Smash.
Everyone's talking about Mickey Mouse, but like Kingdom Hearts has never been on a Nintendo console except for the one rhythm game, I guess.
Yeah, no one's talking about Bobby Carrot.
Technically, the Chain of Memories was
Mr.
originally a
Do.
GBA.
Absolutely.
Mr. Do.
We gotta get Mr. Do in there.
Come on, boy.
Maybe just all clowns. All video game clowns as one character. So we get Mr. Do, Kid Clown, Kefka, all of them in one.
It's actually just a clown car, and you're down B.
So good.
It changes out the clown character.
Oh, that's so good. Yes, the clown car. We need that. We could only come up with, like, not that many Mr. Domino, while we're talking misters. Love to see Mr. Domino.
Mr.
No one
Nuts.
could stop him. Mr. Nuts. What other misters?
Mr. T.
Well, I don't know if we could just put people in there.
Why not, right? There are no rules about who can be in Smash anymore.
Yeah. I do think that we're missing having a skeleton in Smash.
I mean, they already, like, wasted
Mr. Bones!
Sans Undertale.
Mr. Bones. Mr. Mime. These are all great picks. Yeah, Miyamoto himself. I had this one version of Project M that was like, had like a bunch of meme costumes. It had like 100 costumes for each player. And I had that loaded on my Wii. And Miyamoto, there was like a Miyamoto skin for Zelda. Like when he one time wore like half a Zelda costume and held a sword. And so you could play as Miyamoto. Or as Link. Did I just say Zelda? I'm so sorry.
I wanted you to finish that, because I wasn't going to call you out.
Okay, so I see Jackazam died while I was gone. Is now on board 3. Hasn't done 2 yet, I'm guessing?
Alright, how about Gex the Gecko? Oh,
Yeah.
Jackson has played board 2.
Yeah,
It did not last very long.
Okay. Yeah, 2 is hard. I don't like 2 very much. I was at least bad at it.
I mean, if we're going to go Gex, we could do Croc.
Yeah, Croc.
I
Bug.
like Croc.
From Bug.
Yeah, that's true. That is a video game that exists that some humans have played.
Yeah, if we were just trying to name all mascot platformers, I think we could go on for a really long time.
James Bond. We get James Bond. But not the James Bond, just his gun.
The Snake from Snake. Is there just one?
The canonical snake.
I'd love it if they gave him
James Bond.
I'd love it if they gave him a personality. He was like a wisecracking snake. Another apple. He said that like every time you ate an apple. That'd be awesome, like Bubsy. Here we go again. Or he'd be like, I'm all turned around and stuff like that. That'd be awesome. It'd be a big, great game.
The apples keep getting shorter, but I keep getting longer.
Yeah. Man, I'm hungry. There's a 3D like centipede game on the Dreamcast where it's like a little kid with glasses riding around on a centipede. I'd love to see him in Smash.
What about Frogger?
Only if it's the incarnation from that PS2 one that you played.
Yeah, of course. Well, that is the canonical Frogger.
And if he had all of his Bayou friends with him. The game is so weird. Yeah, Frogger, he's back. Which is a game I actually like a lot. Mooware is doing really good on 3. I guess so is someone. They have similar scores here. I would swap people
3
out.
seems pretty
Here,
easy to just kind of like survive on.
pop out someone for.
It doesn't seem like they can rack up points quickly, but it seems like it's pretty hard to die for the most part.
Yeah, that little middle area, I found it hard to get into.
Like,
Well,
if you
you've
can
got,
get up
like-
to the top area, then you're just, like, good.
Well, you've got like the Cinnabon section.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, we've got a decent score here on map 2 from Mr. Zimbu. This is probably the highest we've seen on stream on map 2.
Anyway, back to the original question that started the stream. We've got some girls' answer.
What
Internet
question?
vegetable.
What was the question?
Who is your alien crush?
Oh, who's my alien crush? Gosh.
Chat, feel free to also answer this question. Who is your alien crush?
Can
I'm
I
not
change
sure.
my answer to Alf?
Oh, Alf is good.
Alf! Yeah, that's a good one. I mean, what are aliens even in?
I mean, like, aliens is a very broad
Yeah,
term. Because technically, Superman is an alien.
that's true.
What about... Let's go with some Final Fantasy aliens and say Genova.
I'm gonna go, I'm gonna go Slippy Toad. I'm gonna go Slippy Toad. He's an alien. He's an alien to us, I think. At the very least. Yeah, Samus? Where's Samus from? Is she from Earth?
I think technically, yes.
Hmm.
Even though she was, like, a version of Nintendo Earth.
I don't think that's true.
Are there any Nintendo games?
No, they're not from Earth, they're from Corneria.
Yeah, Star Fox characters are from Corneria. They're not
Yeah.
from Earth.
Can we name a single Nintendo game that has consistent lore?
I mean, what do you mean by consistent?
Name something questionable and we'll talk about it. I don't even think we can get there.
I mean, the Metroid series is consistent.
Is it?
Yeah, there's like a timeline. They all fit together.
So I guess that would be the one then. I'm not sure. I didn't know if Metroid was consistent.
I mean, there's a lot of like
I know
weird
Mario
like, manga
isn't.
backstory that I think maybe isn't consistent, but within the games, it's pretty consistent.
Mario Party? For all we know. I can say that if Mario Party is consistent, there's a lot of people new coming to the party and a lot of people not returning to the party.
Yeah, they just decided to kick out Donkey Kong.
Yeah,
That's probably racist.
it could be.
Or Donkey Kong, honestly.
They just hate.
He got his
Simeon.
own square though.
Yeah, but that's
I guess
not
not
enough.
square. What are they called? Spots?
Space.
Spaces. I got there eventually. Guts themed, as in like just like intestinally themed. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
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 I
like
think that's level.
This is like Contra. It reminds me a lot of Contra. It reminds me of Gradius.
Alien Crush.
Yeah, Alien, obviously, Alien Crush. Was Gradius the one that's like got a lot of intestinal
brains.
things?
yeah, but if we don't have the true lore of Alien Crush, we can create it right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, we can.
Yeah, so this game is a sequel to Galactic Pinball on the Virtual Boy.
And that checks out. I believe that.
Pretty sure Alien.
Where
originally
actually
Alien Crush
Samus
is
makes a
way
cameo
older.
appearance in that game, or at least her ship does.
I didn't look at that game. I didn't realize there was a pinball game on the Virtual Boy.
There is.
It's one of the like 12 games.
Yeah, I think there's 22.
I thought there were
Oh.
17.
Oh, maybe there's only
It's
17.
not many, either way. But yeah, there is a pinball game on the Virtual Boy.
Yeah, I'm glad I picked this one over that, looking at it.
I mean, if I were to actually suggest a pinball game, I probably would have said for a more obscure pick would be Sonic Pinball Party.
I mean, you can't retcon F-Zero if you don't make any games for it. Like, that lore's pretty consistent.
So the thing... Pinball games come in a couple categories. There's literally trying to recreate a real pinball machine.
Right.
Right? There's game like this, and then there's like that actually takes advantage of like video game things, and then there's a game that goes so far into video games that you can't even really play it for score because it's like a story or something, or like missions like that Mario Pinball Land where it doesn't even really make sense to play it for score.
It has score, but it doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. Or like Metroid Prime Pinball would be weird to play for score. Maybe eventually, but like there's like a story mode, and that's like the main way to play it. There is a story mode in this. You can loop it though. But...
You can loop the story mode and rack up some real big points in Prime Pinball.
I suppose that's true. Yeah, those are the three ones. There's Pinball, Realistic, Mario, and Guts.
The Pokemon Pinball has Catch 'em All. It does have, like, again, pretty interesting scoring. Actually, if you get good enough at Pokemon Pinball, you can score real high. Because it's, you know...
Yeah, I watched a speedrun of that. It was like 10 hours or something. I don't think I watched the whole thing.
Speedrun?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because there's a couple, like, 1% Pokemon and stuff.
Big Race USA. I found one on the PS2 that looked really cool, but like the levels were more mission oriented, like Sonic Spinball. So you couldn't really play it for score, but it was like open world almost. It was very weird.
Open world pinball game.
Well, there's Yoku's Island Express.
Yeah.
Which is a Metroidvania pinball, I guess. Call it.
Yeah, Sonic Pinball Party on the GBA is more traditional than Sonic Spinball. It's like actual pinball tables. And as far as I can tell, no human being has ever played that game.
I didn't know about it. Let me look it up. Sonic Pinball.
It even has like a Samba de Amigo themed table and stuff. It's great.
How many tables?
I don't remember.
Oh yeah.
I only played it briefly.
This is
But it's pinball.
Yeah, it is.
And it does have a story mode, but I'm pretty sure the objective of the story mode is just get enough points on every table.
Another thing
which
I was
not really much of a story mode.
Trying to avoid is a pinball game that has a static screen, just because I thought it would be boring on stream. Even though it might be a little easier to play it that way, depending on... Alright, Triss is on the board.
Oh, Zindu just shot up. Had a very good score.
Yeah. So 40... So overall we could see... Probably... Oh yeah, Odama. I bought Odama. I own the inbox one with the microphone and the microphone holder. I'm excited to play it. Odama...
Oh, that's right, because that came with the microphone attachment. That was used for like 3 GameCube games.
I have like 4 GameCube mics. I don't know why, but I think
I had like 3 of them.
I think it's just because of Mario Party, and I got all the
Mario Party
games.
7.
I feel like I've maybe told this story before, but on the back of one of the Mario parties, it said that there was a game called Verbal Assault, and my mom almost didn't let me get it because she thought it was like that there was verbal assault in the game, and I was like, no, that's just like the name of this game, and she like, I couldn't convey the idea to her, but I ended up convincing her eventually. But anyways, Odama's really cool because it's a game where you play in ancient Japan and you control your forces with a microphone, and you also flip a pinball and that's what you use to kill enemy forces as well as your own. When I tried it for like 2 minutes, I was just constantly running over my own people, so I don't really... Well, that's going to be a fun one to play at some point.
I mean, historically accurate.
Absolutely. The cover art of Odama is one of my favorites of all time, though. It's very, very good.
Speaking of microphone minigames in Mario Party, they're really unbalanced. Like, if you actually play with the microphone on and allow those games, they're, like, really easy to win, and you just, like, double your coins.
I really liked
They're
the
incredibly
one...
overpowered. At least in, I don't know if that's 6 or 7.
I really liked the one where you controlled a tank and then had to shoot stuff because there was hidden commands that weren't explained to you that you could say that would happen. Like, you had 3 different things, but you could say Bullet Bill, and a Bullet Bill would come out, and they didn't even tell you about it.
Yeah, it's probably 7 I was thinking of. But they're, like, incredibly unbalanced, and you would never leave them on just because they were so strong that, like...
So no one wants to play him.
Yeah, oh yeah, it was memorizing a couple of fruits, and, like, that's all you had to do, and then just say them back. And then you just, like, you could wager as many coins as you wanted.
Man, Moower is killing it here. But, has a ways to go, I suppose. But anything at 10 mil is pretty good. So right now, Mr. Zimbu in the lead. We just passed the 40-minute mark, which in this instance is, I think, important because it comes out to 40 minutes on each table if you route it evenly. And I think to get up to the score that, like, Jackazam did, it only took around 20.
Yeah, that sounds accurate.
Yeah, because she has already kind of looped through. I think this is still her first playthrough.
First run on table 3, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So she's
Table
got quite
3
a high
seems
score.
like a grind. Like,
I found it
seems
very
like they get
difficult.
very high scores, but it takes a very long time.
Yeah, the difficult part of Table 3 for me is I couldn't get into all the areas that I wanted to. Because they're pretty precise shots. And if you were trying, it's like... You can go up into the little maw of that worm up there. But, like, it's difficult to get up there. And so... I just had trouble getting there. And also staying in that little central area. That top right area, I don't think I ever made it to.
It seems like there's some mechanic that will just, like, teleport them up to the top area, like when the big worm thing dies.
Yeah, you can go into
Maybe
the
I was
left.
misinterpreting.
You can go into the left thing when the worm thing dies, the tunnel that it comes out of, and it takes you to the middle area. Maybe the upper... I mean the right one, sorry. The one in the middle on the right. So maybe the one in the upper left takes you to the top area. I also don't know how to activate the mission here, though, which is important, because the missions are...
Yeah, I don't think I've seen anyone get the mission here.
I did it, but I don't remember how. So I know there's a mission on all 3 stages, because I was there.
Yeah, of course there is.
I think it's maybe up on the thing on the very top left of the whole stage. There's like a worm head way up at the top of the screen.
Yeah, so looking at the scores right now, Zimbu is in first. But if Jackson submitted the score as it stands right now, she would be in the lead.
It's true, although Mr. Zimbu has a pretty high score here.
What,
27.
2 million?
Oh, is that 2 million?
Yes.
Okay, never mind. I thought it was 28 million. Yeah, you're
No.
right.
I don't think it would be physically possible for him to have accumulated that much score in time while also having 42 million, like, from other runs.
Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. We haven't seen anyone finish a mission. That's what I want to see. That's where the big points are going to come.
Yeah. I actually think that specifically because of that, the play is going to be once, like, if I were in Jackson's situation after I
So many
finished
big points.
this run, I would go back to table 2 and try to farm the mission there.
Yeah, I think table 2 is probably going to be the table that will decide who wins this.
Because nobody's gotten a good score on it.
I don't know the plot,
Good,
but I'd like
good by
to.
the standards of their other ones.
There's not an intro movie, since it's. But I would like to know the plot. We could look up the plot of the original Alien Crush. If that came with a
The
manual.
original one had a plot.
There's something in the manual. That was like, you have to put it in there. I don't know why, but they decided that you have to put it in there.
All right, I'll look up
I'll find the
the.
manual.
Okay, we're all gonna do that.
Alright, I got the manual. There is nothing about a plot in the manual.
No!
Dang.
Not only was I wrong, I was so confident. Mooware is kind of making something happen here on table 2. No.
Here's the closest thing that we get to a plot. Alien Crush is a spellbinding video pinball game combining real turbocharged pinball action with far-out alien graphics. Rack up a winning score as you discover all the twists, tricks, and hidden bonuses inside the caverns of some of the most outlandish alien worlds you've ever seen. You control the ball speed, flippers, even tilt the board. Nothing can prepare you for this ultimate alien encounter.
Wow. I do think it, in all seriousness, is somewhat H.R. Geiger inspired, but not as much, not quite as much machinery, but there is a little bit of that kind of thing going on, which also heavily inspired Alien, and I think he was actually worked on that, so a lot of our Alien worlds come from those two things.
All right, here's some plot. I got some here. Okay, so living in a state of suspended animation for the past 57 years, the sole survivor of the bloody Nostromo massacre in Alien 1979, Lieutenant First Class Ellen Ripley wakes up in a salvage ship on a
No. I was like, Nostromo, can they really use that from the from the movie? You should have pulled the actual screenplay.
It's stringing along a little bit.
Oh man. I haven't I've only seen the first Alien, which I like a lot. But I know Aliens is like an action movie and I haven't been as interested in it, but I should probably check it out at some point.
Because has a lot of points on this table.
Yeah, Jackazam's killing it here. I think over 20 mil on each table would have been my goal. So
on table 2, that seems like a tall order unless they figure something out, because
well,
it seems really hard to stay alive on table 2.
Goal as in just like, that's what I want. That seems like a good score, but it's true, table 2 maybe will end up being just a lot fewer points because it's so hard to stay alive. Mooware's trying to make something happen on it here. But yeah, you just come down those ramps so quickly. I just found it annoying.
It's also very, like, it feels narrow.
Yeah. I don't know if it is narrower. It does feel that way.
Well, it's like there's nothing to left and right of those out lanes, whereas there's like all this stuff going on in the other ones. I don't know. It just feels like everything is sort of pushing it towards the center, which makes it really likely to go down the middle and kill you without having tilt controls.
And it just doesn't seem like there isn't any points to get outside of like the upstairs area.
Nice, Jackazam's got the multi-ball. And this is a true multi-ball, not a one's a bug in it and you have to be careful which one dies. I'm just mesmerized by this. Speaking of multi-ball, Peggle. One of the greatest games ever created. I love Peggle.
When are we gonna see some Peggle and Myscorey?
I'd love to see it. I just think most people have played Peggle. I mean, I could be wrong. I could be a little biased.
I mean, it's not a summer of scores without Peggle.
Perhaps not. PopCap is, my wife used to work in the same building that they're headquartered in. I guess she still technically does work there, but has worked from home for months now. I told her to go onto their floor and tell them how good Peggle is, but she never did it. I don't know how someone would react to that. I just want to say your game is good. I don't know what PopCap's actually been doing lately. The peg from Peggle. Oh man, any character from Peggle would be great in Smash. Maybe all of them.
We're actually just getting the sunflower from Plants vs. Zombies.
I feel like I haven't seen a Smash fan game that goes like Mugen style, and you can just make anybody that you want. We need like a Mugen Smash analog. I'd love to see all these characters realized.
Bonk for Smash.
Oh, bonk.
Smugen. Yeah, you could call it Smugen. Mugen already doesn't stand for anything. Stylized as an act. Are there any pinball characters that you could put in Smash that come exclusively from a pinball machine?
Oh yeah, the ball from Alien Crush.
Oh yeah. Shoot, what was I thinking?
Iconic. The entire Adams family. They're from pinball, right?
Yeah, I think Space Cadet is a candidate, even though it's a static image. Love to learn more about Space Cadet. I did play that game a lot, actually.
Same.
Like,
I
kind
think
of
we
an
all did.
odd amount, because I didn't ever play anything else for high score when I was young, but I did play that pinball game, like, a lot. I ended up getting about 6 million points. It was really high. Or at least I felt it was high. It was higher than anyone else got. It was, like, in my family, so I was happy about that.
Yeah, why play StarCraft or Roller Coaster Tycoon when I can just play pinball?
Plus, that's already installed on Windows. It's free.
Yeah, I had this Windows 98 Galaxy of Games collection, which is like a bunch of like shareware stuff and like a bunch of weird stuff. So if I can get that to work, prepare to see something from there for Myscorey at some point. It's the ultimate nostalgia move.
My big free pre-installed Windows game was definitely Minesweeper. I played so much Minesweeper as a kid.
I didn't have any older siblings or adults who knew what Minesweeper was, so whenever I would play it, I just didn't understand how to play it. So I
just Googled it.
Never happened for me. I think this was before that was easy. I guess I could have Googled how to play Minesweeper at that point.
Yeah, I mean, like, stuff like Game FAQs has been around for a really long time.
That's true. You can see some
It
good
used to be
forum
good.
threads from the 90s.
I remember looking up in when I was a kid, I was playing Ocarina of Time, and I got stuck into Dongo's Cavern because of that one room where you have to like push a box and then turn around, and there's a bomb flower on top of a pillar. I could not find that bomb flower. And I was like, how do I progress into Dongo's Cavern? This game is impossible. And then my dad showed me how to go to Game FAQs.
Changed your life. Game FAQs is like, there's a really severe lack of text guides for modern games, and I wish people were still doing stuff like that.
Yeah, I agree, honestly.
Because it's, you know, looking up a YouTube video is one thing, but it takes a lot of time, and it's pretty inconvenient.
Hey, it's your boy Dangly Jake. We got ourselves.
Coming at you live from the gamer house.
We got some Alien Crush. I'm gonna show you how to get bonus level 2, but first, let you know this video is sponsored by Squarespace. I helped build my Dangly Jake website. Get your danglies there.
Get your dangly boy t-shirt.
Did I ever tell you about how I
Dangle away
thought that,
keeps Jake away.
I always thought that Squarespace and Foursquare were the same thing.
I
I was
think
really
you did
confused
mention
by
that.
a lot of things. This video brought to you by NordVPN.
Dollar Shave Club, because, you know, I mean, that's more podcasts, but get your dollar shave.
No, they aren't the same thing. Looks like you're not the only one.
Okay, good.
Brosentia did a Raid Shadow Legends stream. Everyone's
Yeah, I recall.
Raid Shadow Legends is willing to sponsor anybody. Not that Brosentia has bad content, but it is very strange content in order for a sponsor to be specifically interested.
Yeah, it's funny because as you are certainly aware, I teach about computers to high schoolers, and we had a class where we talked about what a VPN was and how it works. Everyone was like, "Oh, like NordVPN, that lets you get Canadian Netflix." Like, well, at least they have some base knowledge.
Yeah. VPNs also stop Comcast from sending DMCA letters to your email. Probably never go anywhere, but it's good to be safe. You never know. I heard stories of people being prosecuted for downloading Don't Stop Believin'. I don't know if it ever happened or if it was just propaganda, but I heard that it happened. And they told me not to download a car.
I mean, I would download a car.
Yeah,
Yeah,
would.
look, if I had the power to download a car, I would be doing that like day one, like no question. That would be sick.
You wouldn't. You wouldn't steal a car, but a bunch of people started saying you wouldn't download a car. I still remember in high school, my friend sent me some GIF and it said you wouldn't download a bear, and I just for some reason it still makes me laugh thinking about it. I don't know why. There's a part of me that wants to just have Wikipedia on the computer, but then it would never get updated.
Yeah, that's what Canadian Netflix is for.
So, Jackazam really has a high score here.
And she still has 2 remaining
2 balls left on the
Yeah.
table.
This is crazy.
Like, she might not even make
Zulu's
it
wrapping up a
back.
score here too, though.
She might not even make it back to board
Table
2.
2.
Well, when we think about the context of the whole thing, I was thinking about that. I didn't want to do 3 tables if I thought people were literally going to have to, like, cut their time on a table short. But I don't think that we're heading in that direction quite yet. Maybe, but...
I mean, I'm trying to think when the last time Jackson lost a life was. It's been a while.
It's true, it has been a while.
And we also still haven't seen her get the mission on table 3, despite how long she's been on it.
I know, how do you even
Yeah.
get it? Well, here, let me find a YouTube video. I bet we'll find something.
Yeah, look up
My-
Dangly Jake.
Yeah. Actually, I'll go to GameFAQs. Let's see if there's an alien
My guess
Crush
is that thing in the
returns
top, that like cavern in the top left, which seems incredibly hard to get the ball into. Like in the top left area, that thing at the top of it, that seems like where it would be if it were there. But then again, that's where you pop out of, so maybe not. Also, why does it keep saying warning? What is it warning you about?
The snake guy, I think.
The snake guy's maybe? I don't know. It's just weird.
Yakazam's up has activated a double points mode. Oh, now it's gone. But when you see the rainbow numbers, that's what's happening there.
What activates it? Killing the snake?
It's different in.
Yeah, well, I've been on
levels.
this table. It's probably killing the snake,
It's
right?
probably killing the snake. Although I actually don't think it is here, because killing the snake is so you can get up to the top.
Yeah, we got a warning.
I think it's
What are
killing
we warned about?
certain-
Is the snake coming?
No.
Warning
What is-
multi-ball. Maybe that's what the warning. The multi-ball's coming.
No, there's a pretty large gap between the warning and the multi-ball. I don't know what the
It's a
warning's
big
for.
warning.
The warning is just letting you know that your ball is on the lower platform now.
I should be watching the not delayed thing instead of just like I have both of them open and I was looking at MFH instead of the one without delay for no apparent reason. Oh, when the bumpers on the edge are gone?
Oh.
Were they gone?
Oh, Jack Zam
Ball
lost a
lost.
ball. Yeah, I thought warning was when like people were coming in. Oh yeah, these boss
How do I
stages are
know?
crazy. I couldn't really route them into this event, but I'd recommend the story mode of this game. Looks wild. I'm
When's the
scrubbing
story
these.
mode race?
Pinball races are frustrating. And yeah, I don't know how to do the mission on 3. I forgot. I did do it. I just don't remember how.
Did you know how you did it at the time?
Yes, but this was a couple weeks ago now. So I just don't remember. I think it was the top left. I think it was that hole.
It seems very difficult to like hit the ball into that hole. Like you need to get just the right bounce off the bumpers or something. Okay, here's the warning. Okay, this warning was for the snake.
But we're still trying to get a good score on table 2.
Bonus up post.
Swap, this is such a... I think Jakazam already had a posted score for table 3. But it
No,
wasn't
I don't think she
nearly
did.
this high.
No,
I don't
Really?
think she has one at all.
because like she had like 22 million on the first board, did the second board and only got like 6 million.
That makes... Swap it. See where some... Triss
But
just
Simbu's in the
posted another
lead.
score. Yeah, maybe. Well, is he though? Jakazam's in the lead.
True. I mean, we don't know what Zimbu's scores on the other ones are. At least I don't remember.
It's true. Well, we didn't see him for part of it. I can swap Muware out. I'm just using his own.
Because, like, does he have a score for this table already?
I think he does.
Is it good? I would assume not, because he chose to play it. So I think his actual score is probably pretty close, if I had to guess. Like, Jackson is definitively in the lead. Even if Zimbu had 0 points on this, Jackson would still be up by a couple million. Like 2 or 3 million or something.
Yeah.
Someone has gone back to table 1. We haven't seen table 1 from our people on stream in quite...
But yeah, because they've been on table 3 for forever.
Yeah. And Muware was trying to get the high score on table 2. He couldn't get... It probably would be 8 hours. Maybe it wouldn't. There are only these 3 tables, and then 2 boss tables. No, they just added up on their own. I trust them to keep track of 3 numbers.
Dangerous, but
Also, the site is in a state where I'm actually editing the content without understanding at all how the site is programmed. So, I haven't, like, Maurice hasn't been changing things lately. I just fill in some blanks.
oh, is someone in a loop?
They're choosing to do that. So, this happened to me, too. That ball, that little guy right there in the middle, will send you around that loop if you hit it from that angle. So you can pretty much just infinitely do that until he gets destroyed. I've decided it's a creature. I don't know if it is. Everything seems organic in this game.
Yeah, I think everything's made of flesh.
Yeah, just like real life. Someone getting over 10 million. Geez, Jackazam has not... This is a really high score for not having done the mission. Oh! Oh, is that not in? Darn it. And missed the... Yeah, table 3 is a bit of a grind. You can destroy this thing in the middle, and I think it gives you pretty decent. Oh, Spritz 56. Let's bring him in.
$56 probably means that Spritz got a total on all 3.
Is it Spritz
Yeah, for
underscore
sure.
T?
I believe so, yes.
No. Oh, but it seems like it would be. Did he just quit?
I don't know.
I feel like the most recent video would show.
Oh, that's true. It says racing, so it made me think that it was correct. Maybe Spritz has, like... Maybe they're just not streaming. Let's see what Triss is doing.
Yeah, so so what do they actually have to do to calculate their total scores? Like, are they entering their score per table, and then there's something adding them together?
No, they have to... They add it up on their own.
You're making them do math?
Yeah, I am. They're just only entering the score on the site. Triscore also on stage 3. Gotta love the triple 3.
Oh, look, Jackazam is still alive on
Oh,
this stupid
okay.
table.
Darn it, couldn't get it in there.
ID is secretly trying to enhance everyone's math ability for during Myscorey.
If putting in Sega Marine fishing, the highest number per per level was like 4 digits. So putting 5 4-digit numbers into a calculator and adding them is enhancing your math ability. Then I guess I am. But I think
Hey.
I'm doing you a favor.
I mean,
There are like 10 different options. in 4 different spots. You know how many combinations that is?
Well, it's a lot of permutation. I'm not saying.
Well,
I
these
can't-
people don't.
I can't count. How would I know?
I'm not asking people to do combinatorics here.
You should.
You're gonna have to explain what that means, because some of us aren't smart.
It's like, how many different ways are there to arrange things?
Right. There is the game over for Jackasam.
Oh, there it is.
40,000.
Let's see the score.
40 million, sorry.
40,000 thousand.
40,000.
40? See what I said?
69, 420. Nope, not quite. Still, that's shooting up there. And Jackasam has a
lot of points.
horrible score on table 2. So
Yes.
has time to... Yeah, I was like, don't hit retry. That would be a bad use of time.
I don't think she could complete another run of that stage in the remaining 50 minutes.
It would be difficult.
Yeah, definitely stage 2 is the play here, like, no question. Plenty of things give less than 1,000 points.
Yeah.
None of the players except for Jackasam have zeros at the end.
They're all different. Yeah, also more zeros equals more fun. Just look at Gigawing. Jackasam lost already, or paused and restarted, probably. Because they lost a ball already, but still.
Yeah, this table's brutal. Like I said, it really just seems like all the ramps and stuff just funnel your ball right down that center
Straight.
gutter thing.
Oh no,
Yeah.
yeah. Straight to the...
Yeah, this is a...
What are the other powers that, like, we won't be seeing them outside of, like, the immediate down, but would that possibly help
Well,
with this board?
here's
Not
an
that
int-
we'll see it.
Here's an interesting thing. According to Game Facts, one of them is reverse ball, and the other one is reverse ball. So I don't know if that's a typo, that they named the other two the same thing. But,
One of them's reserve ball and one's reverse ball.
Yeah, maybe.
The first ball is Gemini ball. The second ball is Gemini ball.
So reverse ball sounds like really good if it sends your ball upwards. But here we
I
go.
would assume it just rewinds time like 2 seconds.
Pretty sweet. Sands of
Warning.
Time ball.
What are we being warned about? I want to know what the warnings mean. That's like probably pretty bad like design, right? The fact that even while spectating, we can't actually tell what the warnings mean.
Warning, warning. Okay, so Jackasam just got warned of more creatures appearing. Maybe all the warnings are related to more creatures. Also, the weirdest thing about this, which I haven't mentioned, is that the way you launch the ball is by pressing down on the D-pad.
Oh yeah, it's like you're
That's pretty common. You're
pulling.
pulling back the plunger and
Yeah, I mean, you just press it. You don't, like, hold it and press it forward again.
Too much motion controls.
That was weird. Jackasam went back to the thing, but didn't die. Oh, multi-ball. This is probably the first multi-ball I've seen on 2.
I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing.
It's hard to say. Still at only 1,000,000 points here. Extra ball. So there's an extra ball at 2 mil, I think, on all these. So that's just pretty much a guarantee. So you basically have 4 lives. If you get less than 2 million.
But yeah, you said earlier that you think that table 2 is going to be a deciding factor, and I don't think I agree anymore.
Yeah, I'm also thinking that that's not true.
Mr. Zimbu has an incredibly high score also on 2.
That's what I mean. I think it's entirely going to come down to who can survive the longest on table 3.
Oh!
Like Jackasam got her 40 million.
Jackazam's
But-
in the action.
Do
Are we
these
looking
guys
at
do anything?
24 million for Triss? The difference between these guys and the guys on 1 is that these guys take multiple hits. The guys on 1 did not. And they kind of stop
That
your
sucks.
momentum. Jackazam, that was her own fault, unfortunately, losing that.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate though. That
But
seems
she
like
does-
the only consistent way to rack up points on this board.
But she does know how to get to it, as opposed to 3.
This is not a sideways game, Exuno. It's actually, the controls are, like, kind of shitty. They're really bad. If you bind it to a normal controller, you could make it work so it doesn't feel that way. But it's Wii and Nunchuck only. And it's, like, only one flipper is on each of the triggers on the back of them. I just feel like you could have easily played this with a sideways Wiimote or a GameCube controller, but it doesn't support it.
Does it support a classic controller?
No,
Dang.
not that I found. It works with Wii and Nunchuck.
Oh, Zimpu's on the mission of this
Oh,
table.
finally. Oh, so we have seen people here before.
Yeah, we've seen one other person here. I don't remember who it was.
Still haven't seen a boss kill. Oh,
And we won't.
nope. not this time. Yeah, that's the main
Yeah, okay, so that's the problem with table 2. There's all this like, it's very cramped, and then there's just all these random enemies just in the middle of the board that mess
Yeah.
with your momentum. This is a terrible table. Wow.
Well, and did you notice Jackazam's ball was also covered in gunk there? There's a gunk
What is that?
mechanic, which you have
What
to.
does it do?
It's like small hits. Like the hits don't register right until you uncover it in gunk
How
But
do you
you do-
uncover it?
by hitting it a lot with flippers
Okay.
or having them hit other things like bumpers and stuff.
But yeah, this table is just way too crowded, and there's a lot of kind of like random motion near the pit, which is not good.
I don't know how Jackazam got to the mission here.
It seemed like it was inside the Satan head, like
Oh,
under its ears.
yeah, I see that now. So this is kind of like Devil Crush Returns too.
Yeah. Devil Crush was the first one, right? It came before Alien
No,
Crush?
no. Alien Crush came first.
Okay, was it? I was not clear on the order.
I think Orange Crush came first.
What do you think of any?
Because I know Devil Crush was on the Genesis as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, so Alien Crush was on PC Engine,
TurboGrafx.
and
yeah.
then Devil's Crush was also on PC Engine, but had a remake on the Genesis, which just makes it look better. If you play it, I would probably recommend the Genesis version. But Devil's Crush I actually like a lot better than. And then there's one called Jackie Crush,
What?
which was only released in Japan, exclusively for Super Famicom. Yeah, and it's like Jackie is some sort of Japanese word for demon, so it's similar to Devil's Crush, but not quite. And that's on the SNES, so I guess I could have picked that one, but it's not. They actually play pretty well for the age that they are.
Yeah, definitely.
They're quite good. There's also that one. I was just trying to think of pinball games. There's one where, like, I forget what system it's on now. It might be like Saturn or something, where like heaven is at the top and hell is at the bottom, and there's like purgatory in the middle. Like play your way up through 3 tables. I don't remember what that one's called. There's some sort of House of the Dead pinball on GBA.
There is. Pinball of the Dead?
Have you played it?
No. But I'm aware of it.
Yeah, but the one on PS2 I was talking about is called Flipnik. That's just weird. It had like too much going on. It's called Flipnik Ultimate Pin. It's like explore areas. Yeah, so here's the gunk. It like doesn't bounce till it comes off. It'll just like land on something straight down.
That's really annoying.
Yeah. So Jackazam has improved
Marginally.
on her score, right? Oh
yeah,
yeah.
so her score of this table is at about 7 million right now.
Well, it's getting to a point where, like, I think she has to do board 2. Or
Yes.
she could go back to board 1.
Her score
Because I
on
don't-
1 would be
Yeah,
29,000 or 29 million. I don't think that'd be worth.
yeah. Like, it would take a long time for a pretty marginal improvement. Unless, again, the one wild card here is boss kills. We don't know how many points those are worth.
Yeah. I'd love to see one.
And even if we knew, they don't.
That's true.
And I think that could actually be pretty significant.
Because at this point, like, you have to decide
Zimba's
whether or
back
not.
in the mission on table 3 as well.
These guys are super annoying because they close up.
Takes so many hits.
Well, they only take 2 or 3, but they close up, and they don't take any hits when they're closed.
Oh, that's what's happening. Okay.
Oh, they're like little clam guys.
Be like snails, some sort of mollusk.
Like a clam.
I guess clams are mollusks, kind of. Prediction result is Exuno. What? Did that just happen on your?
Yes.
Oh, did somebody just finish this?
No, that was probably from the race earlier.
Yeah, that was
today.
earlier.
And no one
No one ever
closed
closed the
it.
prediction.
That's great.
It's from Teddy Floppy year.
That was
Oh,
probably
that's-
my fault. Predictions
Wow,
are still
I-
a little bit of an enigma to me.
Yeah, that's why I just let other people do them.
I thought I could do it one time, but then I messed it up, so I guess I can't.
Congrats, Exuno, for winning.
Yeah, congrats on
Yeah,
your floppy escape.
You did win, yeah. Floppy Mania.
What a good game.
Another issue is when these guys are closed, their bounces are stream. If they send you downwards,
Yeah, it seems a little
build up
erratic.
speed and yeah. Jeez, okay. Thought that was gonna be Zimbu.
But yeah, like I said, what Zimbu ends up getting here on this exact run is going to be a major factor in who wins this Myscorey.
That's true.
Because they really only get one good run at this table in the time constraints. So when that, like, I'm also looking at Triss's score, and he still has 3 balls.
Oh wow, yeah. Exuno a lot. I don't know how many there are. Oh, it looks like we might be done.
Yeah, these missions seem to last forever.
Which is actually why I didn't even know if they ended until we saw that Jackazam made it to the end of one, and the boss spawned and then immediately fell, unfortunately.
But yeah, you can see when they die, they leave behind a little like slime pool, and that slime pool gets smaller each time until eventually it goes away.
Oh, really?
So it's sort of your visual indicator for how it's progressing. So you can see there's not much slime at all on Zimbu's screen right now, which is...
Right.
It also seems to affect the speed at which they respawn as well.
I will say the music leaves a little bit to be, but it's okay. It's passable. Not something I would choose to listen to.
Yeah, I think it's looking pretty clear that Zimbu is probably going to pass up Jack Sam's score on this table.
Yeah, this is
The
an
question is,
excellent.
what are his scores on the other table? We don't know.
That's
Like,
true.
does he have a
Okay.
table 2 score? What does his table 1 score look like?
This is the end of this mission. I'd really
Celeste
like
hits
to
the one on the
see-
side. And does not have the little ball saver on the right.
It's rough.
Those guys there is definitely...
Ah,
Oh.
there it is.
Ooh.
Darn. And I don't know if you return to the mission on the same ball if it picks up from where you left off.
I highly doubt it would.
We know it doesn't if you're on a different.
I feel like that would be pretty atypical for a pinball game.
Yeah, that would probably just be the same way it is on normal pinball machines, which I'm not familiar with. No.
I feel like Triss is getting more points because I feel like Triss hasn't been on 3 as long as Zimbu has.
Yeah,
But
you're definitely correct about that.
his score is almost as close to Zimbu's.
I wonder if he's like found like a really good. I mean, is just killing the snake a good point target? Like, it looks like he's kind of aiming for those things on the left a lot. Maybe that's how they activate the mission or activate one of the bonus multipliers.
Yeah, those things on the left are 15k each. Snake segment apparently doesn't pop up. But yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a pinball game with pop-up numbers before. I do really like it. I don't know, it's like a clicker game or something. It just feels good to see numbers like that. Damage numbers in RPGs. I think it's fun. And that's something that you couldn't do on a normal table. So it's utilizing the video game format well.
I agree.
Now, aren't there pinball tables where when you go to like a bonus area, you like play like a Space Invader style thing on the little screen? Like the score display screen? That's a thing.
Yeah. There's a term for that, and I sure as hell don't know what it is.
There are a lot of pinball terms. There's been some pinball
Yeah.
discussion in the Discord this week. Maurice is really into pinball, but is probably just not awake because it's 3 a.m. there.
I mean, you remember Maurice explaining pinball terms to us
Yeah.
during Metroid Prime Pinball?
Big points is apparently not big points, but big points is apparently just a normal thing to say in pinball. But
Yeah, typically there's a big points and a small points bonus.
the big points,
And at least in
bonus-
most pinballs that I've seen, the small points is like incredibly insignificant, like hilariously so. Like in this game, it'd be like you get like 500.
in Metroid Prime, the big points is like nothing. So it's not much in that game either. So I guess small points would be even worse. It's really hard for me not to say points. I want to make it clear that like saying big points is like I'm having to think really hard about it every time.
So in GBA Pokemon Pinball, small points is between 100 and 900 points. And big points is between 1 million and 9 million points.
Yeah, so Jackasam
Why even-
just says, screw it, I'm back to level 1.
Why even have
And that-
small points?
And that's a game where like good players can score above 1 billion.
That's crazy. Well, I think the reason that small points is there is just for something bad to happen
On the roulette,
on
yeah.
the roulette, yeah. I guess you could have a miss on there. Might feel kind of rigged.
Yeah, I mean the roulette has like so many good things, and you get small points, you're just like, god damn it.
I see what you mean about the slime bubbles.
Yeah.
I didn't understand that before.
That's just what I noticed.
So, I was a little bit wrong with... It looks like pressing the button makes you actually go in the direction that your ball's already going.
Yeah, it does seem to be the case.
But sometimes it does shoot you straight down. It's kind of hard to get the hang of. I'm sure, being that that's the only power that players have had to work with, they've gotten a handle on it. I see both Zimbu and Jackazam are using it a lot.
Oh, Zimbu died.
Oh. Moving on to number 2. Okay, Zimbu is now in the lead with 84.
By quite a bit.
And yeah.
That means he probably has one hell of a table 2 score. And interestingly, Jackson is back on table 1.
Yeah.
This is the table 1 mission.
Yes. Jackazam, I think, just got frustrated with table 2. It's going to be difficult. Her score here
I
is 29
think she's probably
mil.
thinking what I was saying before, though, about the boss kill.
Yeah. And has already made good progress on these missions. These little guys die really easily compared to what we were just seeing on the table 3 mission.
I'd be very interested to see if we do see a boss kill. And like this seems like the kind of game where a boss kill would give you like 50 million or something crazy. Like,
yeah, I think,
or at least 10.
That in pinball machines in general, doing the mission is a big deal. Like, when you actually make it happen. In Space Cadet, it was a huge deal. If you actually, like, did the launch pattern or whatever, I remember if you filled up the whole wheel, it's a big deal. I think that's the ultimate goal of a pinball machine in general.
Also, the official term I just looked up because I suddenly remembered what it was and I wanted to confirm. They're called modes, not missions.
Yes.
I remember Maurice telling us that.
Okay, so that's the final alien, unless another one spawns in that exact spot.
Yeah, that's a really obnoxious spot.
He also has the advantage of... Oh, never mind. Really?
That's brutal.
Sucks. That was the...
But it seems like this is a pretty easy to activate one compared to the other tables.
Yes, this mission is easy to get to. Oh, Roar has found a way to play. I think you'll have a hard time catching up to the top scores starting quite this late because we've actually seen some pretty long runs, but...
yeah, you might be able to finish half of a stage 3 run.
Can't believe you would cheat in Myscorey, Roar.
Alright, let's proof call him.
Yeah. There was this, I saw this thread, I don't even remember how it came to my attention, that somebody posted on speedrun.com, because they had seen some YouTube video where someone posted a fake speedrun on purpose to see if the mods would catch it. And somebody did that for Mario, this guy did it for Mario 64, but it was like a 150th place time or something.
Oh yeah.
It's like, you guys didn't catch it. And they were all like, we don't give a shit, dude. I don't know. We don't. If you want to post the 150th place score and then have like a couple like hard to detect splices in it, it's like we're not checking that hard. And it's like, it's pretty true. So Roar, if you want to cheat, be in 7th, go right ahead.
I think you sent me that thread.
It was just ridiculous. I don't remember how I found it in the first place, but it was very
chat.
stupid.
What's the stupidest thing you've cheated to win? Don't worry, no one's a cop here, so we won't snitch.
That's a good question. Probably did when I was younger. Do something.
I'll start with a
game or
story.
something.
So in middle school.
Anyway, go with your story.
So middle school, like when we had PE, sometimes like you would separate in teams, and there was an incentive. If your team won, you could get chocolate. So my team didn't win. However, when the teacher's like, all right, for the team that won, get in line and get a chocolate, I just got in line.
I can't believe a teacher would make a mistake like that.
I know. By the time they found out, I had already eaten the chocolate.
They actually found
They
out.
actually found out? Oh yeah, that's the
Yeah,
surprising
because-
part of the story
Yeah,
to me.
because middle schoolers will call you out on bullshit like that. Like they
Oh.
didn't get chocolate, so they snitched on me.
Yeah, that makes
Because-
sense.
So I didn't get in trouble because the school didn't matter. So
My mom likes to bring up how when I was in kindergarten or first grade, I pushed a girl out of line who cut in line and was behind me, but just for the principle of the thing. I didn't like that she cut, so I was like aggressively pushed her out of line.
and again, it wasn't the teammates that won who called me out. They couldn't care less that I got chocolate.
Well, yeah, because they had chocolate.
Yeah. You were just one of the guys, but it was your team who was betrayed.
Hey, if they wanted to get in line too, they could have done it.
Well, I think it would have... Was this a two-team sport?
Yes.
So, well, they couldn't... At a certain
not
point,
every-
they would have not been able to pull that off. There's definitely a critical mass that you hit in that equation where it's like, well, the teacher says, okay, let's take a step back. Like, if everyone got in line, hopefully they would at least notice that.
So I'm wondering if, like, how realistic is it for Jakazam to actually improve her score enough on this table to take the lead?
I don't think she can touch Zimbu if she doesn't do it on table 2. She has 28 million here.
I don't know.
Unless the boss kill gets you a good amount of points.
Yeah, that's again, obviously there's that wild card, but she does still have 25 minutes.
I want to see a boss. The mission here is pretty easy. It's only at the end when you really have to go out to the edges do things get tricky.
Yeah.
And I'm saying this from the relative, from our players' perspectives. I don't know if it would be easy for me. I played this game for an hour or so, and I wasn't... These are all better scores than I got, but... Ooh, that's unfortunate, though. That's probably going to be a restart. No. It is nice that you can restart from menu. The chart's gonna look kind of funny for this one. We're seeing Mr. Zimbu up at the top. Yeah, so they'd only submitted... Well, you can tell from the line here. This is how we know Mr. Zimbu's level 2 score. Is that we see that it's
Yeah,
around...
that's about 20 million.
Around 20 million. That's incredible.
Yeah. I guess this race is being decided by table 2.
That's a really quick 20 million as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe he killed the boss.
The roar line is strong.
It's just waking up from its slumber.
Yeah. Roar.
Oh wow, the shock of seeing the flesh again.
Yeah, there's a lot
After
of
seeing the
flesh.
crap.
You get used to it after a while, but
Yeah.
But just having that brief respite of seeing the chart.
one of my greatest gaming achievements, speaking of flesh, is
I don't think there's any good sentence that starts with "speaking of flesh."
yeah, you never know. Well, you'll have to decide this one after you hear it. The one time at a family reunion, my stepdad's parents had like rented their house out, so they had like an arcade, like a modern arcade recreation cabinet with a bunch of games loaded on it in the basement, and the original Contra arcade was on there, and I just like didn't really want to participate in the family reunion, and so I played that a whole lot throughout that week, and I did 1cc Contra arcade, and that final level has a bunch of fleshy alien levels just like this, and that was a tough one. So that's something I'm proud of.
That's one of the loosest free associations I've ever heard.
Well, because that's what this aesthetic reminds me of always, is Contra and Contra 3. I've played a lot of Contra 3 on WiiWare, Virtual Console. Oh, uh-oh. Somehow we're hearing Roar speak. Oh, Roar's in here. You're way too quiet, Roar. Hold
Very
on.
quiet, though, yes.
Is that my fault? Do I have it
No.
turned down? No, that's not me. Okay.
That is entirely a result of the wrong headset being on.
Got it. Now I can hear you. How's it going?
Yeah, because that's the right headset being on. I think. Let me double check here. I think that is. Yeah. Okay. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. So yeah, when I was a kid, my parents had a big old TV that was broken. It was like doing the single line when your vacuum tube snaps or whatever nonsense that happens
yeah.
there. Yeah, and it didn't have, and the coaxial port had been nice and broken, so they stuck it in my closet for whatever reason instead of throwing it away. And one day I was just like, I wonder, and turned it on, and then gave it a big old bap to the side, and it fixed it. And then I just like took some copper wire and wound it up and just stuffed it into the CRT, or into the coaxial port, and just wrapped it around the coax cable and just like nudged it in there, and voila, my Nintendo was able to work.
Speaking of Flash,
Yeah, that's.
So that's how I beat Contra, was because I was able to play it in secret in the middle of the night when my parents didn't know that I fixed the TV. According to them, they knew, but if they knew so much, why didn't they stop me, huh?
Well, because they didn't mind, right?
yeah.
I think that would be the explanation there, is that they just...
I do want to interject, actually, just point out that Triss has eclipsed the 50 million mark
Yeah,
on Table 3.
I just noticed that myself. I think we're getting to the point where Triss might want to stop and play a different...
I don't know what scores Triss has posted on the other tables,
Let's check
but
the
it can't
chart.
be very good.
We could take a look at the chart.
Yeah. So Triss is gray.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're
yeah.
really tiny.
They're not great. Yeah.
They're like maybe 10 mil each.
They
Why
could...
does it say that I have 2 input of scores?
Did you improve your score?
Oh yeah, I did. Okay, yeah, I thought I was 3 for some reason.
Oh,
I did improve my
why.
score, by the way. Whoops.
Congrats.
Yeah. Speaking of flesh, like we're gonna flesh out all of these numbers at the end and do a nice little breakdown.
Yes, we will. Jackazam...
Because it reminds me of the Contra level.
Jackazam is
that for,
approaching her score here. Just I want to mention that her
What?
score is around 28 million. Oh no, is this 2 million?
Nope, you're off by
Damn
a
it.
digit.
It's the second time.
If you see 3 zeros, it's just in the millions.
Oh, fair enough.
So all I know about this game thus far, from my 5 minutes of finally being able to play it, is that if you press the A button, you instantly die.
The players have been able to make that work for their advantage, but it
Well, yeah,
is...
they've also been playing for a whole lot longer than our ass.
it is pretty situational.
I hit that bonus rate up that Jackazam hit there, and I was like, yay, all my numbers are censoring, and I'm going to win now. And then I got into the bonus stage, and it took away my multi-ball and my bonus, and I was like, what the hell?
Did you have any success on the bonus stage?
Is there a way to win it? 'Cause...
There is, so...
Okay, then I've not.
I did
just
not
murdered a
win
bunch of
it,
things.
but we've seen that Jackazam has killed enough on Mission 1 to spawn the boss, but then immediately, which was like a giant scorpion monster, but then immediately fell, unfortunately. so we didn't get to see the scorpion monster get fought in any way.
So yeah, unfortunately, sorry that I ended up so late there, ID.
No,
there was
you're
every
fine.
Hiccup imaginable to this one. But
Yeah, I heard you had internet issues. I'm glad that they're working. Internet
my
issues
internet
are
was
the worst.
just being a punk. But what's important though is that I did finally find my Wii remote. Did find enough batteries. Ordered more batteries so that way I don't have to cannibalize my remote. Because are you a true gamer if you don't have to cannibalize your TV remote at some point?
I did that a lot once I got a Wii.
Mm-hmm.
What
And,
Doing to
did
your
Wave
TV
Birds?
remotes.
I had friends who had Wave Birds, but I never had one. Did those take normal batteries?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
those
that's
took double
annoying.
A's. I still have mine.
I still have 4 of them
Oh wow, that's like $1 million.
because I have 3 siblings.
Oh, that's fair then. I have I got rechargeables pretty early on because I liked going to Fry's. And they had rechargeable batteries, so it was exciting. I remember when rechargeable batteries was like new technology. That you could
yeah.
like get a battery charger. Okay,
I
Tris.
thought
Oh no,
I
one more
had-
life.
Yeah, I
It
know.
appears that I bought AAA's thinking that maybe my Wii remote my Wii sensor bar took AAA's, but no, I have Wii remote, Wii sensor bar. I got it connected to my computer after about 30 minutes of fiddling. It actually works 100% now, so I am able to now play these Wii games.
Oh, you did it
the
on
way
real
they were
hardware?
meant. Yeah, I did. No,
Oh,
on my
sweet.
computer. On my computer, but on real controller. Yeah, I got
Oh,
it right here.
okay.
It says one.
I didn't know if you
I
did
got a
it on
Wii
like
remote
a
and
hacked
none.
Wii. Oh,
Oh, I
does
don't have
that?
a hacked Wii.
So,
Huh?
how does that? Did you have to buy a Bluetooth sensor bar?
Oh no, I mean yes. Well, no, the sensor bar is not Bluetooth; it's just battery powered. The sensor bar has no actual connection to the system. It's just a power cable. The sensor bar is just 2 lights.
Oh,
That's why the candles thing works, because the IR sensor is just simply finding the 2 locations of the sensor bar in space.
then why did
And
you
it
have to
knows
plug
you're
it
getting-
into the Wii?
Huh? Because it needed power.
Oh,
You can get wireless sensor bars that are just battery powered.
I didn't know
So-
that.
So I have a wireless sensor bar here, courtesy of Bright Shadow, that's battery powered, and a Wii remote that I bought a nunchuck for a while back, and the problem was, the reason that it took me like an hour is because I ended up on one end I ended up turning my whole world upside down. On the other hand, I guess my room's cleaner now, and I've got some laundry in that really should have been in. So thank you, Wii Remote. On the other end, it turns out that it wasn't behind my shelf, it was beside my shelf, and that's why I couldn't find it. But I did finally find it.
While you were telling that story, Triss's score has been soaring because
I know.
he got this 4 multi-ball and has kept almost... One just died, but has kept him alive. And they seem to even give points when they bounce against each other.
And they're really good for killing the snake.
Yeah, this has gone from 50 to 57, like, really quickly. Maybe
I
Triss
thought
shouldn't
58.
stop.
I think that's probably how Triss got such a high score.
Is that what, so? Is the multi-ball what those posts on the left do? And is that why Triss has been gunning for them so aggressively?
Oh, if it is, then good decision. Whatever makes multi-ball happen seems like what to go for.
And now
Oh,
he's
yeah.
got a rate. Now he's got a rate up, so like that's definitely gonna help.
Jackazam is decently far into this mission, with decent side barriers as well.
We'll see if decent is enough.
I guess good. One has
Yeah,
one
so-
hit and the other has none, so that's pretty good. Oh, there's one.
Oh, there's Triss using the A button to good effect.
Yeah, so Triss basically... If Triss gets 70 million here, I think he just wins.
It could happen. It could absolutely happen.
I know.
That's crazy.
Well, how's Spritz and someone doing in the side? Like maybe they're doing really good, or
Alright, here's the
Uh,
boss. Alright, we got a boss.
ooh,
Oh, we actually have hits on it. Oh, and even just a hit is 20k.
What's it, 20?
That could be 200.
No, that's 200. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, okay.
Oh.
Oh. No.
But boss strat seems to be a good strat.
Oh, Jacksam's
Oh,
restarting.
Triss just
She's
died. Well,
swinging for the fences.
while Jackazam was fighting the boss. Okay, what is
That
this gonna...
sad.
This could happen. Triss could win this.
That's gonna put him in second. And he needs to get 8 million somewhere. Which, given that his other scores aren't very good, I think if he goes table 1 here, he could pretty easily get this.
I think table 1 is the way to go. I was just gonna say the same thing.
Though then again, I
Speaking
don't
of-
know what his scores are on those particular, like what the split is between those two tables. Like if he has like 100,000 on table 1 or something, like sure you go there, but he's going stage 1.
Okay.
Yeah, speaking of flush, I'm gonna be right back.
That's the second time you've done this in
Done
2
what?
days.
Oh.
Made a really grotesque joke about toilet. No, I mean that's
No,
not
the-
grotesque. But
The reason he's saying that is because earlier I said speaking of flesh, and people
then
were
the one on
upset
the
that I was
wild
using that as a
tangent.
segue.
yeah, it's just yesterday there was something that was said that he was like speaking of, and then it was like something really.
Speaking of mountain adventures, for Floppy Bear Mountain Adventure.
Now I gotta know if there's any other races planned tonight. Oh my god, there's almost like there's a sheet that we have.
Yeah, Steam tournament started today. For anyone who's unaware, I assume if you're watching this, you probably watched those, since they weren't 2 hours of pinball. But
Yeah, they're probably a little more interesting.
yeah, I mean, you know, we have fun, and it was good to have a pinball game for this for sure. But yeah, the Steam tournament is really going to be something unique, I think, for this channel and this community, because just racing games you have to pay for is uncommon, unless it's like very specifically related to a new game or something like that.
Yeah, I was considering at one point trying to do something like a mystery tournament premium, where like you had an entry cost of like $20 or something, and then basically it was games that were in like the lower rounds gave you a higher price range game, basically. Or the lower rounds gave you a lower price game, and the further into the tournament you got, the more the games are worth, and then it's just bought for you as your part of your race. But there were
You start out
some
with like
problems
Bad
with that.
Rats, and then you work up your way up to like AAA games.
Yeah.
To Cyberpunk.
Speaking
And like
of
the final
Flash-
round is a full.
That was pretty
back.
fast.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's why I
that's
said
pretty
speaking of Flash.
I get it. So what's a flosh, or are we out of things for you to?
Speaking of Flents,
Flints. Oh man, which they actually said in Eternal Darkness. When some girl played out 100 hours of crosswords, one time in one of them was the word flints, which none of us knew, and it means to like to skin.
trim the fat or something
Yeah,
from
it's-
like
It's like to
it's
skin.
typically
an
used in
animal.
whaling.
But then I was playing Eternal Darkness: Sanity's Requiem the other day.
The other day,
Yeah, I mean, you know, a couple months ago. And they said flints. They said that someone who was tortured said that they were flinced with a knife.
Now, do we know how much? By the way, did we get to see how much Triscor's score was here, or are we just blindly
We
grasping?
don't know how much.
you don't know the
here,
breakdown by table.
but we can
Okay.
look at the chart and have an idea that Triscor's score was around.
It looks like 7 million or something. It's pretty low.
Yeah. Well, that's 20 million is the first line there, so yeah, probably somewhere around 7 million. And he has 3 scores in there, so it's a little confusing about where each
Yeah,
of those
I mean,
are.
My guess would be that he had an ill-fated first attempt on table 3.
Yeah,
Well,
that
no,
could
that's not
be.
right.
Or
No,
table
No, it
two.
looks like 2. It looks like 2, but yeah, it
Yeah.
seemed like that submission was really short. So
Did you
This
play
is probably
any
a
of
good-
Table 2, Roar?
No, I didn't. I had a half an hour to possibly submit scores. Okay,
Table
I
2
did it
is
to say
just
that I did it, and then I
Table 2
came in here
sucks.
because you
That's
were
what
all
we're-
proof calling me.
yeah. No, table 2 is just really bad.
Yeah, it's really just brutal. There's a lot of just like crap that knocks your ball into the center, and it seems to really just like funnel your ball into the pit, and no one's been able to get a really good score. Though it seems like
Except
Zimbu got a
Zimbu.
pretty.
Yeah.
I
just
had
has
to
good
pop
scores
in
on
here
all the
because
tables.
some girl accused me.
We were joking. But...
There was a formal proof call there. She said she proof called me. I
She
posted the
can't.
picture.
She can't formally proof call. She has nothing to do with this event.
Yeah, I have no authority.
I guess she could. I would let her if she wanted to.
Isn't
But I
SRL
don't think it would
rules
happen.
that like anybody can proof call and then?
This isn't SRL though. It's not a race.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying that Trish scores at 50,000 on this one. Doesn't that put him somewhere around like over
No,
100,000?
this is
or
five.
he's at,
million.
he's at 5 million.
Oh, 5 million. Oh, that's a lot of zeros.
I don't think Triss is gonna have enough time.
I think it'll come down to if he can get back to the
If he entered the mission, he would.
yeah, exactly.
I
If
think.
he started attacking the boss and racking up the big 200k hits and whatever bonus you get for killing the boss that we still haven't seen, I think we'd be looking at very possible, because he really only needs about, our guess is about 7, not even 17, like 15 million.
Yeah.
We think would probably give him the lead. And
I think
that's not
15 would give him a
that
tie.
much.
16 would give him the lead. That's where I think we're at math-wise. But it's. I mean,
He's
it's
got
all
4
just kind of a
minutes.
guess.
He's got 4 minutes.
4 minutes isn't a lot. I will give you that.
I mean, I think it's doable.
Yes, I think the scores do need markers. I would like it if they had colors or commas. Yeah, I was very careful to, on the score display that we had on stream, make sure that it was with space font with commas.
Can't allow for terrible kerning to screw up some score reads.
I mean, monospace is also nice because it evokes the game facts guide feel of the that I was going for, but also
It's a nice font choice.
it's good for reading scores.
It's a classic like score looking.
Oof. Bad news for Jack Sam.
I also like the mystery ghost ASCII. I haven't commented on it before, but it's not very good. But I kind of like that it's not very good. It's just kind of you
It's
can tell what
very
it's meant to be.
gamific
Yes, yes, it is. It was
Did
just
you
some,
just use a translator? or
yeah,
did
it was
you
just
do
some
yourself?
free site that did it itself. And then if I did it myself, it would probably be
Worse.
it'd probably be worse. It would be more consistent for sure, but it would probably be worse.
You know,
This is on the brink here of dying.
Triss on his last ball.
But is that 10 million?
I had an old DOS computer that I sure didn't have a drawing program, but damn it, did I have text document?
No.
So
Oh,
Oh,
I think
that's
yeah,
it.
that's
I
it.
think that's it.
Well,
I want to see Jackazam get a boss kill just for
okay,
fun.
so that's
She can't
another.
make-
So Triss did have slightly under 7 million. This will put him a little bit above 80. I don't think this is possible. Brutal death
I
there.
at least want to see the score. That's incredibly close. And Triss even started like 20 minutes late.
I think this will put him about like 80, 81. So.
This is a situation where that 20 minutes actually could have won him.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
no question.
yeah. We yeah,
Jojo, this is a weekly high score event where we play a game for 2 hours to pull score.
it's true. Yeah,
So we got some pinball today.
that's one reason why I don't want to do multiple scores too often, because it does make it so starting late is actually like or detriment.
Still sad I missed fishing.
Fishing was fun. Was fun.
I've got to stop napping before or like after weekly blinds because I just keep waking up groggy and late for Myscorey, and I want to be playing Myscorey. I'm not feeding you just like empty words there. I want to be playing this, and I just keep screwing it up.
No, you're here. You're making it. Next week, so this whole time. When I initially launched the event, I had 3 games fully planned out and ready. We did the first 2, and then every week I've been pushing week 3 further and further and further back because I already had it, and I wanted to see if I could get one for the next week, and it was good to have a buffer. But this next week, we are finally doing game 3.
Hey, I mean, if you need score games, as much as I don't want to tell you what they are so I can participate in them.
It's I'm trying to get a good variety. So far, I have not been able to find a good score platform. So if somebody wants to give me an idea for a good platformer to play for high score, share that with me, because it's not really the way people make platformers. I mean, I guess there's like Donkey Kong and stuff like that, but it's not.
And time is up.
There it is. I'll say it on the Discord. So where are we at? We're at 84.
No, Guy McGuy. We're not talking auto runner types. We're talking, you remember how Mario, for whatever reason, has a score counter?
Yeah, I was thinking like Super Mario World, but it was just a little too weird.
Like all the Mario games have a score counter.
Yeah, even the new ones.
Maybe we'll play like Little Ralph, then that has a score counter.
No, I'm honestly thinking you need to go Mario 3 so that we can have our Wizard moment. Remember, in the end, Wizard was playing. The important thing is that at the end of the Wizard, it was playing Mario 3 for score, a game that has not been released yet, was used as promotional, and yet somehow the girl in the audience was shouting to do something as if she'd read a strategy guide for it.
Okay. We've got our pinball music back. Let's
her uncle worked at
chart.
Nintendo, so that's how she knew.
So looking at this, man, Triss was close.
Yeah, that was so close.
How far away did that end up being?
About 3.5 million,
yeah.
3 million, 4 million.
Yeah, about 4 million. Wow. So easily could have gotten 4 million in 4 minutes. That would have been a very good score, but still was possible. So unfortunately had a death before his time. Zimbu killed it on level 2. I think that's got to be the highest 2 that we see from anyone.
Yeah, I don't think it's particularly close.
I'm gonna ask Zimbu what his board 2 score was.
I think you should ask if anyone actually did beat a boss.
19 million. That's
insane.
I was saying, did anyone else get even close to that? Zimbu says, I don't know how that happened. Yeah, that's very high. That's unfortunately wasn't on stream at that time, but we didn't see anyone even get close to that on 2 because 2 sucked so bad. 13's pretty good. Someone got 13.
I'm just excited to see when Triss posts his scores. Because how ridiculous his Table 3 score is.
His Table 3 score is insane.
Oh, someone got yeah, it is. 60 million. That's crazy.
Yeesh.
That was like most of the time.
It was over half of the time, and considering
Yeah.
that Triss missed part of it, it was significantly more than half of his time.
Yeah. I think we could have seen a similarly high score on 1, but we didn't see that here. I think 2, it would just like take time or something. I don't know how you would really get good at level 2. It's kind of designed to hurt you. Maybe the other powers make it easier.
I mean, like I said, I think that really the only way you're going to rack up a big score on table 2 is just the boss. Like, I think if you can get the boss there, that's a much safer way to accumulate score, and also a much faster way to accumulate score. I think you could probably get a pretty solid score by just trying to rush the boss as possibly multiple times. If I don't know, maybe you can kill it multiple times. Who knows?
Yeah, everyone appreciate Triss for the big points that he brought to the table. I think
His time on it. His time on that table was 57 minutes.
It's so many. I didn't realize it was that long.
It
Yeah,
was. He
57
was there
minutes.
for so long.
Yeah, this does support the like new Nintendo Wi-Fi connection servers that people have going, that they have going for like Mario Kart. So if you have Dolphin, you can submit your scores, see what online high scores are. So yeah, I think that is it for this week. Tune in next week, same time, same channel. And we have a very different game than this for you. It won't be pinball, but it will be fun. Thank you, Some Girl and Trambles, for joining. Thank you, Roar, for joining for a while
Always a
too,
pleasure.
and playing. What do we have to hype up right now? Steam Tournament is big right now.
Team tournament's big. Mystery's still there. We're still got the weekly blinds that are just on pause for the first 2 weeks of a new tournament. So we'll have that coming back again as
Giant
always.
Troopa has not finished yet, I don't believe. So the finals of that are probably coming up quite soon.
Yo, Power Up with Pride is going. We should raid them.
Yeah, if you can do that,
I can.
sweet.
Did we have any good messages that aren't speaking of flesh?
Big points. Let's just big points
big
emotes
points.
and big points messages.
Go show them your pride. Go support them. It's great.
Absolutely.
Bye.
Goodbye, everyone.